Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. As I mentioned in a previous video, it's time for us to move our restoration work from the engine bay and the transmission down to the suspension and the axle assemblies. And just like the engine, we're wanting to do our axle assemblies in as many brand new OEM parts from Toyota as we possibly can. So we started that process by acquiring a couple of brand new axle tubes, which we took delivery of and hauled them back here in the Tacoma. We pulled them out of the boxes, inspected them, and then put them on a pallet and moved them into the shop for a little bit of pre-assembly. Of course, there's a little work to do before you mount them. So in this video, what I want to do, starting with the front axle assembly, is go over our spreadsheets. I want to show you all of the part numbers, all of the prices, and all the pieces and parts that it takes to assemble a complete front axle assembly from all OEM parts. And I'm happy to report that the front axle assembly, we were able to get absolutely 100% of everything. So here we go. We have to begin, of course, by thanking my wife, Rayna, here for spending so much time in the shop, plucking all of these part numbers one at a time from the online diagrams and putting them into the spreadsheets. So, by the way, if you want to DM me or private message me, you can get a hold of me through her Instagram, @Rayna, and she will forward those messages to me. Now that I'm indoors, away from the noise of my neighbor's goats, I can go over the spreadsheet with you. I don't want to give you sticker shock on the prices of all these components. Just keep in mind that you can shop for all of this stuff, multiple sources, national, international, and save yourself a couple of bucks. We chose to go primarily with one primary local source, and that was just to maximize the efficiency of procurement throughout the relatively extensive nature of our overall project. At the top, we're going to begin with the axle housing. The part number for this is 431060400, and we paid $1,697 for that. Really rewarding purchase. Next, we picked up the entire carrier assembly. I honestly wasn't aware that they still sold these fully assembled. I was happy when I found that out. The part number, by the way, is 411060371. And this is the updated price. We paid a little bit less, but the updated price last I checked is $2,752 and some change. Then, of course, you're going to need the studs and the hardware to couple that to the housing. There are a couple of different lengths. I'll go ahead and B-roll, show you pictures of that. Hopefully the part numbers are there for you to see. And then, of course, we wanted to move on and get the details, the axle, breather, union, and maybe show you a picture and you can see the part numbers on those as well. And then coming back here to the spreadsheet itself, you'll see we have a line that says RCV axles and there's no amount paid. Well, that's because we haven't made up our minds on whether to go OEM axles or RCV. And who am I kidding? You guys know more about RCV versus OEM than I do. I'm just a little bit behind the curve. I'll take your advice on that. Next, we have the knuckles. Left and right, we paid $243 and change for each of those. And then, of course, they have to be mated up with bearings and various hardware. And I'm just going to jump down here to the cap and steering knuckle bearings. And of course, we just went ahead and picked up an assortment of the shims. I just wasn't sure how that was going to work out, so we just got an assortment there. And then, of course, we picked up studs here for the steering set, and that is how we're going to go ahead and fasten these the steering arms. Yes, we bought the steering arms since we were there anyway. The part numbers on those maybe visible. Let's see there, 45611 and 45612 then, of course, you have cone washers for the steering knuckles, various hardware, and I'm just going to jump down here to the spindles. The spindles, it's news to me that you can get them with the needle bearing or the bushings. We got the needle bearings. We paid $262 a piece, came to $524. The difference between the needle bearing and the bushing, I don't know. You guys know that. Let me know about it in the comments. Look, I'm learning with you guys, all right? I'm just a parts number guy. And then, of course, I'm going to go to the disc brake covers, left and right. You might be able to see the part numbers in the picture there. We paid $64 and change for each of those. And then, of course, more knuckle sandwich stuff, gaskets for the brake drums, dust seals, bearings, and then I'm just going to jump right down here to DBA rotors. We are going to do with a set of DBA rotors. We're paying retail for those $219 a piece. That comes to a total of $438. Of course, there's going to be taxes on all of that stuff. And then here's a really great purchase that I was happy to make, the hub assembly. The part number for this is 435026946. And the wonderful thing is it's a sub assembly. It's got the bearing races, it's got the wheel studs, the lug studs in there, and that just saves an awful lot of labor. We paid $333 a piece for those, for a total of $667 and change. And then I'm just gonna scroll past, pardon me, some of this hardware and lock nut washers and various things, and you're gonna see that I have some hardware named down here for in relation to RCV in case we go that way. Then, of course, I did pick up snap rings, and you'll notice that I have the actuator locker in here, and it's zeroed out because, well, it came with the carrier assembly. And of course, plenty more bolts and studs. And then, of course, we have, if I just jump down here, our brake caliper assemblies left and right. The part numbers over here. And I should probably mention right here that we went ahead and we used some Eastwood high temp 2K red paint. and yes, that was at my insistance. And we went ahead and painted those. We'll see how it works out. That's high temp paint. It should be okay. And then, of course, we have our brake caliper bolts. And bleeder screw. And by the way, something that's missing from here, I think, is unless it's somewhere in here, is the plugs for the steering knuckles. Maybe I should just show a picture of those really quick to make sure we're really thorough, and as well as the stopper for the steering knuckle. I just want to make sure I included those. I may not have recognized them by their part number, but we came to roughly $8,506. Of course, we're not quite done. We still need to price out a set of OEM Toyota Burfields and axles left and right. Looking at the sheet here in the upper left-hand corner, those are the part numbers, and down in the right-hand corner, you can see a total of $2,192.17. That includes tax. And we're going to need a set of OEM flanges for those. The part number should be in the picture. Those are going to cost you $107.10 or thereabout, bringing our total for an entirely new front triple locked axle assembly for our 97 Land Cruiser to $10,806.26. Yes, that's $10,806.26. All right, guys, if you enjoyed this video and you found the information helpful or useful in some way, please give it a thumbs up. Think about sharing it with a fellow cruiser head. And I'm just going to leave you with one last look at the spreadsheet so that you can just screen capture it or copy it for your own references. And I think that wraps it up. Thanks for hanging out, and I'll talk to you guys soon.